Hi. Before I start this video, I want to just say thank you so much for the love and thank you for watching my previous video. That video actually, gained a lot of views, at least more than my previous videos, and I want to just really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. I'm here to do this video is because I got a lot of messages, comments, and asking me about how I got the PR from Nigeria. By the way, it's been a week, you guys. Like today makes it 1 week since I've been in Canada. I have seen something. I have lost my way different times. Rain don't beat my enemies, scatter my body. Um, the weather is something else, but you know what? That's just by the way. Let me know if I start going into all those details. But anyway, so basically, I'm here to talk about how I got my permanent residence here in Canada, and it's not easy. That's by the way. It's not easy. It's not an easy process. And I'm going to try my best to make this video as short and as detailed as possible. Now, how did I get started in the process? First things first, you have to have your international passport. Nothing, you see that NIN bullshit? No, nothing like that. You must have international passport. So I started my process in 2024, May. That was when I went to get my passport and then I started the actual process. It took a very long time to get the passport because at some point like they were not is it paper? I mean they were not booklets available. So that one shall delayed. So, but when I got the passport, that was in July, I had to now write my IELTS. You cannot, you cannot say you want to come to Canada, at least via this route, PR, without your IELTS. Now, IELTS has two different types. There is the academic and then there is the general. You are going for the general, not academic. Please, academic is for the ones that want to travel through school, then general is for, immigration, PR and stuff. So I wrote my IELTS, um, general. I wrote that in August. So I'm giving like timelines, how I started and everything. So I wrote my IELTS in August on my birthday in August. And the result came out, I think about 2 weeks later, 13 days later, because I wrote paper. Yeah, I don't trust computer because it's Nigeria. Your laptop fee off, generator fee off, or never fit clients. No. Village people fool that country. So I had to go with paper. Not just IELTS, like generally, if I'm writing exams, you would hardly ever catch me opting out for the CBT option, except that's the only one available. I'd rather go for paper. But that's by the way, Shabi, I know to digress like that. We are time conscious. Anyway, so I wrote my IELTS and the result came out in September on 13 days after I wrote my IELTS. That was September 6th. I can't forget all these dates. I got my IELTS and the next thing was WES, WES. Now WES is I think World Education Services. Now what does WES do? You send them you send them your um hold on, let me try to explain this in the simplest way possible. They are more or less evaluating your degrees. So you know how Nigeria has, BA, BEd, MA, all of that. So when you send your transcripts, not you contact your university, where you schooled. Like me, I had to contact both universities where I actually did my BA and my MA. I contacted both of them. And then they now individually sent my transcript to WES. Now WES will evaluate it and ensure that your BA is BA. So they are ensuring that by Canadian standards, your degree is the degree that Canada awards. How do am I making sense? Just go and type WES on Google and or ChatGPT. Let it explain it to you. Basically, you are evaluating your results. You are ensuring that your BA is BA and your MA is MA. Do you get? So I had to do that. That one took a very, very, very long time. I can't even lie. So that now made me know that if I'm advising or if I'm telling people to do this, I advise them to do their WES first because I did my IELTS first. And of course now IELTS they expire. Past 2 years, after 2 years, you don't jab that. So but the WES lasts a bit longer. That's about 5 years. So I obviously tell people do your WES first because that one may take even more time. Then that time will give you like enough, it will give you enough time to prepare for IELTS. So I wrote my IELTS. I registered for it, I think last week of July for against second week, 20th August, 20th, 24th, thereabouts. So I had approximately 3 weeks to prepare for my IELTS. And although I did do well, but I think that's because I'm an English major. I'm an English major, so English has always been like my strong suit and all of that. But I always tell people, start your West process first because that one may take even longer. I started mine in September after I got my IELTS. And then it took a very, very, very long time trying to contact both universities, trying to make them to send my transcript. One thing Nigerian universities will do to you is to stress you. Whether you are a student or you are a graduate, they will stress you. Yes, they will stress you. So it took a very, very, very long time to send my transcripts from both universities to West. And eventually, I got my evaluation in December 12th. On that day, December, I can't forget that day. I was inside bus coming from the mainland when I got that mail, and I was so happy. I was super duper excited. But what I'm saying is that it takes a lot of time. Now, these are the two things you have to do if you want to enter the Canadian pool. I'm not going to go into details of being in the pool. I know be agent. I know be agent. That's one thing for sure. I'm not an agent, and whatever I'm saying is not set in stone. I am not IRCC either. I'm not Canadian government. I'm telling you what happened for me, what worked for me. You understand? Um, if you want to know about Canadian pool, please go and do your research. Go and watch videos online. Go and check Google and all of that. But if you want to enter the pool, these are the two things that you must do. You must do your WES and you must write either IELTS or there is CELPIP or you must or TEF, TEF, TCF. You must have any language tests from either English or French. Once you have that, then you can now enter the pool. Then, after I entered the pool on 17th of December, man, the date just flew my. I can't forget specific dates, honestly speaking. So after I entered the Canadian pool on the 17th of December, that same year, 2024, now that was when the wait started. I waited. I waited. I waited for 9 months. Yeah, 9 months. Because I entered December. So January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. I got my ITA in September on September 17th, the same day or the same, date I entered the pool. So I was in the pool for 9 whole months. Then I got my ITA. So your ITA basically is like an invitation to apply. You are in the pool, you've not yet applied. You are just in the pool. Now, when you get your ITA, that is where the actual thing now starts. You get me? Because in the pool, you can be like, I don't know, thousands or millions of people in the Canadian pool, but they will do draws and then they will pick people based on different categories. So I was called because I'm a teacher, so I fell into the education category. So after the ITA, then the process will start. Then you will do what's it called, You will submit documents. You will submit your documents. Yes, you will submit several things. You will submit work reference, medicals, bank reference with your POF, education documents, just a lot of things, pictures. You just submit some things that they will request for. And then once you've done that and once you've gotten your documents and you send it over to IRCC, then after a while, they will check it and then they will ask you to do your biometrics. After biometrics, you will now be asked. You will, you will go through another stage of checking, 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 checking. Once you've gone through that stage of checking, 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 then you'll be asked to submit your passport. Now, the timeline, I don't know. When it comes to timeline, it's not set in stone. That's for sure. People, first of all, getting your ITA is not set in stone. People stay in the pool for a year, for 2 years, for 3 years. People stay in the pool for 2 months. I know somebody who stayed in the pool for 2 months, literally 2 months, and then they called her. People stay for 2 weeks. If you're in the pool and they do a draw that is your category and you fall in, of course, you know, that's fine. The tiebreaker rule, that one is like a whole different scenario. Uh-huh. But the timeline, there is no guarantee that you stay in the pool for 1 year or that you stay in the pool for 3 weeks or 2 weeks or one day. There is honestly no, I heard about somebody who entered the pool in the morning and they did a draw that same day and she was actually picked. So it's just your luck. It is your God. It is your miracle. It is your favor. Uh-huh. So it's just the way it is. There's no particular timeline. Me, I stayed in the pool for 9 months. Somebody else may have stayed for 2 months or for 3 months or 4 months or a year or 2 years and all of that. Now, after getting your ITA and submitting your documents, first of all, they will give you about 2 months to gather the documents and send. After sending your documents, there is no guarantee that you will get your visa after two. Like me now, I still waited for a couple of months again to get my visa. So it depends on how fast, because your application is going through I think agents or people that are checking officials. So it depends on how fast the person handling your application is. So people, but actually the normal is it the normal processing time is about 7 months. So if you submit your document, give or take about 7 months. I did not wait that long, you understand, but that's just the standard time, 7 months. Some people can take 2 months or 3 months or 4 months or 5 months or 6 months or 7 months or even 8 months. Do you understand? So just your luck, just your chi. You get me? Now, how much did I pay? I don't really know. Okay, actually no. But seeing as I was paying in naira and things are probably changing all the time, I would advise that you go to the IRCC website. Okay, that one is even for post ITA. How much did I pay to get into the pool and everything? I don't think it cost me about 700,000 naira just to get into the pool, because you will do your West. West cost me about 350, just let me just say 400. And then my IELTS cost me about 266, thereabout. That's about 300,000 naira. So just, round it up to 700. With 700K, you are already in the Canadian pool. Now, after you get your ITA, now that's where the amount may vary. So I can't really say you will spend this amount or that amount or this amount or that amount. Now, if you're using an agent, which is most of the time, recommended. I did not use an agent. I did everything myself. Now, God, honestly, myself and with people around me, family, friends, online. ChatGPT became my best friend. I was asking Chat every single thing, checking YouTube, checking Instagram, entering people's DMs, just asking basically, because agents' money is like ritual money. I don't get money for agents. That's by the by. So if you're getting an agent, it's usually, advisable because, as a newbie, you don't have people around you who have done this step before. You want to start as a newbie. It is advisable that you use an agent. Uh-huh. Otherwise, it's something you can do by yourself from beginning to the end. I did it myself. And you just learn to ask questions, learn to follow the right pages, learn to, get the right information. Keep your ears, you will stick your ear for ground. Maybe they hear, if anything they talk, you will just grab her once. You understand? So that's basically how I got my PR, and that's it. I really hope I I did justice to answering this question, because even up until this morning, somebody did message me and like, okay, how did you? So I just thought to come and just do this video and then just send. Um, Disclaimer once again: I am not an agent. I am not an official in IRCC. Whatever I say here, it's just my personal experience. There is nothing set in stone. Anyway, that's all about this video. I think I'm going to start documenting what this place looks like, because, ciao, this place is amazing, man. Anywho, I'm done with my video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I wonder what the next one is going to be, but I will see you guys in that one. All right. Bye.